Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we are headed back to the world of Last Epoch. The good old people at 11th Hour Games just updated us on a key feature that we have been waiting for a while. That is coming to their next content patch 7.10, and that feature is of course loot filters. Any good, solid ARPG has a great loot filter system, and I'm hoping that this one's going to be great as well. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. Right now, I am on Last Epoch's official website under General News. Loot filters in Last Epoch. Our next content patch will include loot filters. The loot filter is still in the design phase. Today we're posting UI mockups as well as some of the features you can expect. Closer to the release of the patch, we'll be posting another thread focused on the loot filter with additional information and finalized UI elements. Now, why is the loot filter so important? MMOs normally don't have it, but action RPGs certainly do. The big part of this game is literally hunting loot, trying to find that end game gear that perfectly fits your build. It can literally change your entire character. Now, when it comes to gear, you're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of different items. And on top of that, not thousands, but hundreds of different affixes that you could put on that. And amongst those affixes, anywhere from tier 1 to tier 7. So you're talking about, you're looking for the gear item that has the correct implicit item rolled to the right number with the 4 affixes that you're looking for, hopefully not tier 1, that then you can craft to make that legendary, amazing, rare item. So it takes a lot of time to sift through all of that loot that is falling on the ground, to pick it up, to read through all of it, and literally 99% of it is crap and does not work for your character. That is where a loot filter comes in. So when you look at this, this is just, again, just a mock drawing that they have up right now. But on here you will see that show all keys, you want that, show all exalted items, hide all normal items, hide all magic items, hide all mage items. And that is like as basic as it goes. Basically what you can do is go in there and hide the items that you don't want to see and ensure that the items you do want to see actually pop up. That way when you're running through these echoes, you don't have to worry about stopping to pick up everything. You know that if an item drops, it's exactly what you are looking for. Like, it really changes the game and the experience. Let's read on. Starting in patch 7.10, it will be possible to create loot filters with as many or as few as you would like. The creation of each rule consists of choosing whether it will show or hide matching items. Which items are affected, exalted items, items only used by one class, and any additional criteria such as minimum level requirement or affix tiers. Where rules contradict each other, the order in which they are listed will determine whether an item is shown or hidden. For example, it will be possible to show items of the exalted rarity and hide items that go in the helm slot. Depending on the order these rules are listed in, exalted helms may be shown or hidden as they meet the criteria of both rules. So as you're designing your loot filter and making your decisions, basically you want the stuff you're looking for at the top. That way the stuff at the bottom will cancel it out and you'll still get the items you are looking for. When designing loot filters, we want to ensure the system was sufficiently flexible to both be approachable to new players and cater to the more experienced players that wish to control the precise exactly which items are shown to them and which are not. As we recognize new players may also wish to benefit from the experience of veterans, it will also be possible to export and import loot filters, considering incorporating one into your next build guide. So when it comes to importing loot filters, that feels very Path of Exile, and of course Path of Exile is the largest ARPG you could play right now, so I'd see why they want to take cues from that loot filter, which is vast. The loot filter in PoE is insane. But the example that they have here is selected loot filter, Ignite Warpath late game. A filter exclusively for Sentinel looking to maximize ignite damage over the two-handed swords. Note that this excludes all rares below level 65. Cool. Planned functionality. Create individual rules which can show or hide items. Allow rules to override each other depending on their order. Drag and drop rules to adjust the order at which they are listed. The ability to toggle individual rules on and off. This is mostly for testing purposes where a filter does not function as intended and you wish to establish which rules is responsible. Rules are on by default. That makes sense. It's always going to have the rules on there unless you switch them off. The ability to delete individual rules from a loot filter. Loot filters will have names to make changing from one to another more convenient. Loot filters will have the optional brief description to clarify their functionality. It will be possible to duplicate loot filters to quickly create variations. For example, creating equivalent loot filters for different classes. That's really interesting. So this right here, this Ignite Warpath, I could copy that, and then instead of Warpath, I could switch in another skill other than Warpath that's for Ignite, tweak it a little bit, and bam, I've got my loot filter. So that's kind of neat. It will be possible to import loot filters created by others and export your own. Content creators out there, get your loot filters ready. Rules displayed in the list will have some color coding for convenience. For example, the words magic items will be blue and the other words exalted items will be purple. This makes it quicker to scroll through the rules of particular complex loot filters. Rules which hide items have a different background color than rules which show items. Okay, so that is the entire news briefing from 11th Hour Games today on loot filters. I do have to say, this game needs it. With how many different suffixes and prefixes and rolling implicits and all the different gear that is in here, a loot filter will make the game feel so much better, so much more professional, and more complete. So as they continue to drop content patches, as they continue to drop classes and new trees are coming out, the game is feeling really, really good. This is still my #1 ARPG that I am playing right now, but I am starting to dabble a little bit in some Torchlight 3, and that video will be coming out tomorrow. So loot filters. Pretty quick video today. I want to know what everybody thinks. Do you think Last Epoch needs loot filters? Are they going too far left, too far right? Is it going to be too easy or not complex enough? I am very curious your thoughts, so please leave a comment in the description below. If you have not joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We now have over 310 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to have a gaming community that could jump from game to game together so you never start the server alone. That's it. Get Last Epoch. It's fun. Stay home, stay safe. Do not forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron, out.